Shannon.
Stop it, Skip. Ain't nothing wrong with you. All of a sudden, you call. Now something's in your throat.
I cannot wait for this answer. I got to hear how you defend your man this time.
What's your reaction, Shannon?
I'm disappointed. I really am disappointed. The thing is that Floyd is what they call an independent contractor. And what happens is that when you become an independent contractor, Skip, if you make $230 million, they give you two checks or a check for $230 million. It is up to you to take out the deduction and make sure state, federal, and whatever else needs to be deducted is paid to the Internal Revenue Service. Floyd, you made $230, and I get it, Skip. I can just imagine getting a check for $230 million. Like, hold on. I ain't see I, R, or S in that ring taking no blows. And I'm supposed to send them, yep, you're supposed to send them their cut. That's the way it works. And what
you owe them about half of that.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, he's in Nevada, so which is no state tax. So basically, all you have to do is give them that 33%.
Yeah.
Skip, I get it, and I get the fact like all they're gonna do is waste my money anyway, but that's not the way you do it.
That is not allowed.
We saw other greats. Joe Louis had this problem.
He did.
Sugar Ray Robinson had to come out of retirement in '55 to settle a debt with the IRS, and even Mike Tyson. But what's so disappointing with me, Skip? Floyd Mayweather has gone through this before. What is it that you don't get? And I'm even more disappointed because you're on Instagram and on Twitter flaunting your opulence. You got bales and bales of money. You might have 30, 40 racks up in front of you. You got Bugattis and Enzo Ferraris and private jets and yacht and you big balling. And you won't cut these people their money? Now, Skip, I believe that he would have taken this fight anyway. It's hard to turn down $200, $300 million, Skip. But it looks to me that a major driving force between him, because I always thought it was Conor that wanted the fight. He wanted the big payday.
Yep.
But deep down, Floyd needed this payday because he got to settle a score. And let me tell you how the IRS works, Skip.
Do you have experience?
I have experience with them.
Okay.
Experience. What they like to do, if you owe them, they're not going to send you a letter right away. They like that thing to occur. They like to get that over interest on that thing. That's 7-8%.
Penalty.
Because they don't. Because see, Skip, they know like, oh, he can pay it right now. No, he forgot. Let's see if he can get it again the next year. And the next year. And the next thing you know, the bill is so big, you either have to sell everything to make good, or they come and get everything. Now, you remember when Red Fox, he told a story that he was in trouble with the IRS. They took everything, even the Mickey Mouse watch on his wrist. That's how they do you, Skip. Skip, I had to pay a debt, Skip. It cost them more to send me the postage in the return letter that I was going to put that 37 cent and that $2 check in, but they wanted their paper. You know, Leona Helmsley, the great heiress and real estate lady, she said only poor people pay taxes. They said, bull jive, we finna take your rich ass to jail. And she had to go to jail for some time. Skip, these people don't play.
They do not.
They won't. I don't care if it's 37 cents, I had to pay one of those. If it's $2, I had to pay one of those. Skip, I'm sending them their money. And you know what? When all else, I'm gonna err on the side of overpaying them and they send me a little something back as opposed to underpaying them and have them come for my stuff. Because everything that I got, I plan on keeping, Skip. I ain't giving up. But I'm so disappointed in Floyd, considering that he had already had to sell a debt, I think in 2009, for 5.6. And now, I can assure you, that debt he's gonna have to settle is bigger than 5.6. It might be quadruple, maybe even 10 times more this time around than then. I'm just so disappointed considering that you buying all this stuff, trying to be big baller, look good, look at me, and you ain't paying these people their money. Give these people what you owe them.
So let me get this straight. You're going to lead the Floyd entourage into the ring, and then as you exit the ring with your Hermes bags, you and Floyd full of cash, the IRS agents are going to be sitting ringside, and they're not going to say thank you. They're just going to take them right out of your hand.
Hey, Skip, they might be leading us both in the ring.
They might.
Like, get it,
here we
Floyd,
are.
'cause I need to get paid.
This is incomprehensible to me, and I fell out of my chair yesterday when I first read this story or heard about this story. In fact, a friend tipped me off and said, you got to read this. But this man made around $230 million in 2015, and this man is, you won't hear me say a discouraging word about Floyd when it comes to IQ, smartness, his ability to make and handle money.
Yes.
But he's just flaunting, as you said, he's flaunting his opulence. He's also flaunting basically his middle finger at the IRS. You cannot do this.
No.
You will lose. This is one foe you can't outrun or outdance or outsmart or play defense on. You just can't get away with it. You can try for a while, but the clock is just, that meter is just running and running and running, and it's just going straight up. Interest and penalties as we speak. Another day just passed, another interest penalty. And I don't get Floyd because he's so out there with it, as you say, on Instagram. So it's not like he's trying to hide his opulence. He is throwing it out for all to see with all those cars and all the. It's outrageous, and he's earned it, and he did it the right way and the hard way. You know, he beat the system.
Yes.
So I give it to him. But how can a man that smart be this? This is outrageously, wrongly dumb to challenge these people.
Skip, you can't win. As I tell you what, you remember they could not get the gangster in Chicago, Al Capone. They couldn't get him for all those murders. They couldn't get him for all that embezzlement. What did they get him on, Skip?
Tax evasion.
Tax evasion. Skip, they know what you make. And even if you say, well, I ain't got it, they're like, well, hold on. Get rid of that jet. You sell that jet. You sell that Bugatti, you sell that Enzo Ferrari, and we might be due. Skip, he probably owes $75 million. So if he makes $200 million, by the time he take the tax, because you know what they're gonna do, Skip? They say, we're not gonna wait for you to pay us next time. We gonna go ahead and get what you owe out of this purse. We gonna take that too while we're here.
Yep.
Because ain't no sense in us coming back.
So as you point out, it all now comes clear to me. I kept wondering, why would Floyd Mayweather Jr. take this fight and take this risk against this MMA fighter, to risk 49-0 against this sort of kickboxing wrestler? That's how the boxing world views him, views Conor McGregor, as Floyd's father calls him, Conor McGregory. Why would you even do that? Why would you try it? It's because you need the money to pay off the IRS. So if Conor had known this and been a little shrewder in his negotiations, I think he could have held out for more money, because the truth was Floyd was over the IRS barrel, and Conor and Dana White and whoever was negotiating on that side did not know it at that point. I assume they didn't know it.
Of course not, because guess what, Skip? Had they known, Conor McGregor would have really been the A side. Because Conor's like, I'm in good but Skip, look at all these guys. Lionel Messi. Tax evasion.
Problems, yep.
Ronaldo, tax problems. So it doesn't matter if you're in the United States or around the world. People want their money. Let me tell you something, Skip. When I was playing, they had this thing, you know, obviously the Broncos would deduct state, federal, FICA, and all that other stuff.
Yep.
But then states realized, like, hold on, wait a minute. He came and played here. What if we tax the money that he actually earned here? And all these states, where it was Pennsylvania or Missouri and all these other states, started when athletes would come and play a game there, they would tax that income. My tax guy said, hey, we're going to be able to fight that. That won't stick up. I said, we'll fight it later. You pay them people what they owe, and if it ever comes to a point where we can get this money back, we'll get it back. But they're not finna come get my stuff at year 2013, and all because I hadn't paid taxes 7, 8 years ago. That's not going to happen.